Link to the Past or Crash Team Racing? That's easy. Link to the Past. But I may or may not be biased, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm biased towards some Zelda games, not every Zelda game. But the reason I'm biased there is because I have never played Crash Team Racing. Okay, so there's a thing that started yesterday. Well, it more so started a couple weeks ago. So there is a really well-known streamer named Ludwig. So a couple weeks ago, he tweeted on Twitter asking for speedrunners for something that he wants to do. Nobody knew what was going on yet, but a bunch of speedrunners saw the tweet and gauged interest in whatever Ludwig was planning. A couple weeks later, which is yesterday, he finally came out and tweeted an announcement that he's organizing an event for speedrunners. And he made he posted a graphic that featured some of the people that were going to be at the event, and it featured basically tons of other well-known streamers or speedrunners, and it actually sparked a big deal on Twitter. Many well-known speedrunners are not very happy, and they're not very happy only because Ludwig's graphic shows some of the people that are going to be at the event, and everybody's judging that event based on some of the members that are there, not all of them. He confirmed on Twitter himself that he's still working on trying to get more people involved in his own event. So there will be more people. But there are two reasons why so many speedrunners are very upset at Ludwig's speedrun event. There's two reasons. Some of those people are either not long-term speedrunners, or the roster of people is not diverse enough. And I don't want to go into the politics behind the diversity of it. Naturally, Ludwig replied to some of the people quote retweeting his posts about why they're not very happy about Ludwig's speedrun event. Ludwig tried to reassure people that he's still working on things, and for every person that he replied to, his fans come out and just harass the heck out of other people. You get Ludwig's fans being like, wah, 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 it's Ludwig's event, let him do what he wants, blah, 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 life hurts. In fact, the harassment got so bad, one of the speedrunners has decided that they're going to delete their Twitter account because they just couldn't handle the harassment that's being towards them. It's kind of a mess right now, and it still is kind of a mess at the moment. People are still talking about it. Well, people are going to watch it, and there are people going for sure. That is a given. But the way the situation is being handled right now is kind of poor. Some people are calling it engagement farming because some people on the list, Ludwig already knows them personally. So you can argue that there's a bit of a bias going on if you look at the roster of people. But at the same time, there's also some other well-known speedrunners, like Linkus is on there, ZFG is in there, Little Curbs is there. I think I also saw Danny B. So yeah, there are speedrunners there. But as far as when I looked at that list, a good handful of them are not long-term speedrunners. They have been involved with speedrunning in some way, shape, or form, but they don't do it long-term. They have done speedruns for content. And then the other part is because the roster of participants is not 100% confirmed right now. At the end of the list that Ludwig showed is, and this is where the stream title is from. We got and more, which means that there's going to be more people there that hasn't been featured on Ludwig's promotion video yet. But there's some memes on it on Twitter. Some people are delegated to the and more list. And so then people decided to take the meme to a different level and be like, hey, if you're an and more streamer, link your stream in the comments below. So now, what I think about it, well, I'm gonna start off with first off that I don't watch, I am not a Ludwig watcher. I have known about Ludwig for a while. I've heard about Ludwig from watching Simply stuff, because Ludwig used to run Mario 64 and has participated in some of the events that Simply has ran. And that's the only time I've heard about Ludwig. Aside from that, I don't go to Ludwig's channel and watch his stream. I do know that he's the largest streamer out there. Now, I have mentioned this before, and that is that whenever a channel gets massively popular, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, I don't really watch those people. It's nothing personal against them, but the main reason I don't watch massively popular content creators is mainly because you have extremely loyal fan bases that will 100% side with the creator no matter what they do or what they say, which leads to toxicity. This is not always true for everybody, but for the vast majority of the cases, it is true, and I choose not to be involved. Therefore, I choose not to associate with Ludwig's content. Now, the only time I do watch Ludwig is he has an alternate channel on YouTube called Mogul Mail. And basically he just makes videos on whenever there is a big news coming up. So, now that I've talked about what I think about Ludwig, personally, I don't really care much about the event itself. I'm sure it'll be successful in its own way, but I don't know how involved I'll be as far as watching the event to see how it's gonna go. Because, you know, whenever someone tries to run an event and there's some mixed responses, I mean, the end result is probably going to be fine. And usually does. And knowing, you know, somebody like Ludwig, he finds a way to make it good. Like, he's ran several, like, major events as well before. For, like, competitive games. But aside from that, I'm probably not super invested. And that's why I have not publicly addressed anything regarding that speedrun event announcement. Earlier today, I saw a tweet from Mutsky, who is one of my friends from the Link to the Past community. He tweeted, "Who the heck is Ludwig?" He's genuinely never heard of him until earlier this week. And one of the replies was from Shredberg. Shredberg always comes up with these like mean tweets on Twitter, but Shredberg replied with, "Composer, he was deaf. It was a whole thing." And I couldn't help but laugh about that. Because to be honest, I actually would reply with the same thing too, if somebody were to ask me who he is. I now identify as a and more YouTuber. True. I'm under the same boat as well. You know, Ludwig didn't include me as part of the Fast 50 event, so that means I must be delegated to the and more. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Dude, give it to me! This is unbelievable! This is unbelievable! So, the reason why I got a 20 buffer Villa skip is because the way the trick works is if you pause on the same frame that Link falls down, then you can transition to the bottom of the screen. Now, unfortunately, this game has what's called a global frame rule, which means that you have a 50% chance where even if you're on the right pixel where Link is going to fall down the pit, then it's 50% chance on whether you get the fall or not. So you just gotta keep pausing until you hear Link fall down. And therefore, when you see me pause 20 times there, I think it took me like 6 pauses to actually get to the right pixel. which means I lost like 14 coin flips in a row. Yeah, it's frame perfect with RNG involved. Hey guys, I am recording this part of the video the day after that stream session. And that is that when I ended that stream, I went onto YouTube and I found out that Ludwig actually addressed the situation that was going on between his Fast 50 event as well as the other speedrunners. I watched that video, and it seems he's made some clarifications regarding the Fast 50 and regarding the roster of players. So naturally, whenever you have an announcement planned out and you post a partial list and whatever roster of players that you announce, then naturally that is what you're going to get criticized on. So naturally, other speedrunners and other speedrun enthusiasts basically criticize Ludwig's Fast 50 event based on that partial list. And Ludwig did, in fact, stated that there's going to be more people. This list is not 100% complete, and he is working on talking to more people regarding this event. So there will definitely be more people, other than just the list of people that he showed, and that list is going to feature more speedrunners, as well as a more diverse group of players. He also called out his fans for harassing other people that criticized Ludwig's event, stating that he is very disappointed in all the people that went after all those critiques. And in my opinion, I respect other people who does not endorse harassment by their own fans to other people. Lastly, he and some other runners have confirmed that they were in private conversations to clear up some misunderstandings regarding the Fast 50, what defines a speedrunner, and the people that are going to be at the event. I would highly recommend checking that video out. I felt like it was a good response. The reason I said what I said during that stream was because he uploaded that video while I was streaming, so I couldn't have known that he was going to respond to everything that's been going on so soon. So I felt like this part of the video was worth adding in. Nonetheless, I do think it is a cool idea, and I'm glad that Ludwig is putting some spotlight within the speedrun community, and I'm sure that this event is going to be a success, as there are many talented runners that have confirmed that are going to that event. So overall, Fast 50 is a really cool idea. I think, to me, it's just another speedrunning event that has many large YouTubers involved in the organization process of the event, which does explain why some people made this event out to be a much bigger deal than it actually is. And personally, I don't think that when the drama came out, I didn't think there was that much of a big deal. Because at the end of the day, it is Ludwig's own event, and he can do whatever he wants with his own event. And I don't think he's hurting anybody. So that is my overall opinion on what I think about Fast 50. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys on the next video on MChem Plays.